All right, welcome back, everyone. If you caught part one, you already know what we're doing here. Turning you into a human calculator. And hey, if you're just joining us, get ready. We're about to dive into some seriously powerful math tricks that'll completely change how you look at numbers.
Okay, let's jump right in. Look at this, 87 times 46. Be honest, your first instinct is to grab a calculator, right? I mean, it looks kind of tough, a little intimidating for sure. But what if I told you that in just a few minutes, you're going to be able to solve that in your head and fast?
Yep, that's not a maybe, it's a promise. Stick with me and I'll give you the tools to knock that problem out of the park.
All right, let's do this. First up, multiplication. We're going to level up your skills with a couple of really cool techniques.
Okay, let's warm up with this one. 67 times 63. Now take a close look at this. There's something special going on here. See how the first digits are the same, both sixes, and the last digits, 7 and 3, well, they add up to 10. This is a special case, and the trick for this is just beautiful.
So here's the magic. You take that first digit, the 6, and you multiply it by the next number up, which is 7. Boom, that's 42. That's the first part of your answer. For the second part, you just multiply the two last digits. So 7 times 3, that's 21. Now you just stick them together. It's almost crazy how simple that is, right?
And there you have it, 4,221. Just like that, a super simple two-step process. Definitely one you'll want to keep in your mental toolkit. Okay, warm-up's over. Now it's time to go back and face the big boss from the beginning. 87 times 46. Now this one's different, right? It doesn't have that neat little pattern. So we need a method that works for any two-digit numbers. But don't sweat it. This method is just as slick.
The whole key here is to break it down into pieces. First, let's multiply the first digits. 8 times 4, that's 32. Got it. Now, multiply the last digits. 7 times 6 is 42. Easy enough. Okay, now for the middle part. This is the cool bit. We do a little crisscross. Multiply the outside numbers, 8 and 6, which gets you 48. Then the inside numbers, 7 and 4, which is 28. Now just add those two together. 48 plus 28 gives you 76. So now we have our three magic numbers, 32, 76, and 42. All we have to do is combine them.
Okay, let's put this puzzle together. We're going to start from the right. Our last number was 42. So you write down the 2 and you carry the 4 over. Now, take that 4 and add it to our middle number, 76. That gives us 80. So you write down the 0 and carry the 8. Last step, add that 8 to our very first number, 32, and you get 40. Put it all together? 4,002. Bam! See? I knew you could do it.
Okay, so you've got multiplication down. Awesome. Now let's crank it up a notch with something that looks even crazier, cubing a number. This, right here, is where you're going to start to feel like a real math wizard.
Now this formula might look a little scary at first, I get it. But trust me, this is our secret weapon. All it's saying is for any two-digit number, let's call the digits a and b, we can find its cube by figuring out 4 separate parts. It's a cubed, then a squared times b, then a times b squared, and finally b cubed.
So talk is cheap, right? Let's actually put this thing to work. Our challenge? What is 23 cubed? So in this case, our a is 2 and our b is 3. Let's plug them into the formula and watch the magic unfold. All right, we've got 4 imaginary slots to fill. The first one is a cubed, so 2 cubed is 8. The very last slot is b cubed, so 3 cubed is 27. Easy. Now for the 2 middle slots. The second one is 2 squared times 3. That's 4 times 3, which is 12. The third one is 2 times 3 squared. That's 2 times 9, which is 18. Okay, here's the really important part. You take those 2 middle numbers we just found, the 12 and the 18, and you double them. So 12 becomes 24 and 18 becomes 36. Now all that's left is to add everything up, column by column.
Let's do this. Starting on the right with that 27, we write down the 7, carry the 2. In the next column, we've got the 18 plus its double, 36, plus that 2 we carried, which all adds up to 56. So we write down the 6, carry the 5. Moving on. Next column is 12 plus its double, 24, plus the 5 we carried. That's 41. Write down the 1, carry the 4. And for the last column, we have our original 8 plus the 4 we carried. That's 12. Put it all together and what do you get? 12,167. I mean, come on. That is seriously impressive stuff.
Okay, we've done multiplication, we've tackled cubes. Now let's switch gears to something completely different. This next one feels, well, it feels more like being a detective. We're going to find the square root of a perfect square, and it's all about spotting the clues.
Take a look at this number, 2,916. Finding its square root in your head seems impossible, right? Like you just have to guess. But nope, there is a super clean, logical way to figure this out every single time. So, the whole secret here is in a simple pattern. Just look at the last digit of the squares from 1 to 9. You see that? There's a pattern there. For instance, if a number ends in a 4, its square ends in a 6. And if a number ends in a 6, its square also ends in a 6. That little detail? That's our master key. Let's crack the code for 2,916. First clue, the number ends in 6. So we know right away the answer has to end in either a 4 or a 6. Okay. Next, just forget about the last two digits for a second and look at the 29. What's the biggest square that's less than 29? Well, 5 squared is 25, 6 squared is 36, so it's 25. That means the first digit of our answer is 5. So we've narrowed it down. The answer is either 54 or 56. How do we pick? Simple tiebreaker. You take that first digit, 5, and multiply it by the next number up, 6. That gives you 30. Now, is our number, 29, bigger or smaller than 30? It's smaller, so we pick the smaller option for our last digit.
Which means we go with the 4. And the square root of 2,916 is 54. It's just a simple process of elimination. Once you get the hang of this, it's unbelievably fast.
Okay, you've learned some killer multiplication, you've stared down the cube and won, and you've played detective with square roots. You've seen all the methods. I think you know what's coming next. It's time for your final challenge. So, here we go, your final challenge. What is 32 cubed? You have the formula, you know exactly what to do. Go ahead and pause, work through the steps, and really enjoy that aha moment when you crack it. Thanks so much for joining me today. Now go out there and keep practicing.